Okay, Kohalayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakar Kodash. Today we're going to go into the book of St. John, the 6th chapter, and we're going to read down a couple of verses. Now I'm on my coffee break, so this video is not going to be too long. So I just want to hit a couple of points, and I'm going to close out. So this is St. John 6, beginning at verse 26. Yahushua answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. So you have certain men following Yahushua because they was being fed, and they wasn't being sincere. They were just looking for a free meal rather than to learn. Verse 21. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto an everlasting life. Now the meat that perisheth is the physical meat, because you eat and it go into the belly and then it comes back out. But the meat that endureth unto everlasting life is talking about the word. So it says, which the Son of Man should give unto you, for him have the Most High, the Father sealed. So now, verse 28, it says, then said they unto him, what should we do that we might work the work of the Most High? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, this is the work of the Most High, that ye believe on him whom he has sent. Because they was pretty much asking Yahushua is, give us a sign, give us proof that that the Most High has sent you. Because when you read this chapter, it's really going to the works of unbelief of Israelite that didn't believe in Yahushua. Even though Yahushua showed a lot of different signs and miracles, they had doubt. So now, verse 30, then said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou? See, who said this? Now they asking, they said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou then, that we may see and believe thee? What doest thou work? So they was moving on a carnal level rather than the spiritual. They had to see it with their eyes. So it was like, well, show us a sign. Now it says, now they said, verse 31, our fathers did eat manna in the desert, going back to the time of Moses, when Israel had escaped Egypt, and they was in the wilderness, and they was hungry. The Most High rained manna from heaven. So to them, that was a sign of the Most High power or the Most High existence. So they bring that account up and saying, our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Now, verse 32. Then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father give you the true bread from heaven. Yeah, because the bread that was given to them back in the wilderness, it wasn't a spiritual bread. It was the physical bread. Now the bread from heaven that came down was Yahushua, because he is the bread now. And when you go into the scriptures, that's you feasting and supping on Yahushua, him being as the word. So when you sup on the word, you supping on Yahushua, because Yahushua is the word. So verse 33, for the bread of the Most High is he which coming down from heaven, and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. So they was looking more of a sense of a physical bread, because they was pretty much asking, well, send a sign, rain manna down from heaven to prove that the Most High sent you. Well, Yahushua said, well, I am the manna, I am the bread sent down from heaven, because he's the word. So again, I read it. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. Because when you go into this word, it answers all these spiritual questions you may have in your mind when you was in darkness. Because prior, before you came into the truth, you probably had questions about what happened to you, what happened to a person when they die, what happened to animals when they die. Do you go to heaven? Do you go to hell? Do hell exist? These are all questions you had in your mind. But when you go into the scriptures, these answers get, quenched, because you have the scriptures now. Now, verse 36. But I said unto you that ye also have seen me and have believed not. So he's told to these Israelites, so you seen me, but you believe not. Now all that the Father giveth me shall come to me. That's the elect. And him that cometh to me, I will in no wise cast out. For I came down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. The him is referencing toward the Most High. And it says, and this is the Father will which has sent me, that of all which he hath given me, I shall lose nothing, but shall raise it up again at the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So their biggest sin was not believing on Yahushua, because they lacked faith. Verse 41. The Jews then murmured at him, because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven. And they said, is not this Yahushua, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he saith, I came down from heaven? Because they was in disbelief that he was the Messiah. So verse 44. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of the Most High. Every man therefore that have heard and have learned of the Father coming unto me. Not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of the Most High, he hath seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believe on me have everlasting life. I am that bread of life. Your fathers, they eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. So that wasn't, so back in time of Moses, they ate that bread, but they all end up dying pretty much, because it wasn't that's not the bread the Lord's referencing to. This bread is the everlasting bread, which is the word of the Most High. This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die. Because Moses, during the time of Moses, the Lord rained down manna from heaven. And during the time of Yahushua is the manna. He's the bread that came down from heaven, that we supping on, we eating by the word. I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live. Meaning, to eat of the bread and live, meaning to believe on Yahushua. He shall live forever, and the bread that I will give is my flesh. See, there you go. The bread which I shall give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. The Jews therefore strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat? Then Yahushua said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you. And Yahushua was only referencing towards the word. So when Yahushua said that, these Israelites, they thought he was speaking literal because it went over their head. Now it says, whosoever eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood have eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him. As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, and even shall live by me. This is that bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers they eat manna, and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. So pretty much broke it down. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, called Layam Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakar Kodash. I gotta shoot back to the plantation. Until next time, Shalom.